Friends, I want you to imagine that you are at a Honda dealership. The salesperson walks up to you, they point to the car, and they say, let me tell you something. This car is the biggest piece of crap you've ever seen in your life. Cannot emphasize how terrible this car is. This is the worst piece of junk you can even possibly conceive of driving. There used to be some decent Hondas back in the day, but this thing, fall apart the minute you take it off the lot. Won't even make it to the gas station up the block. Then they look you in the eye, they keep that gaze, and they say, so you going to buy? Of course, you're going to be a little startled. You're going to wonder what the hell's going on. You're going to say, you know what? I'm actually going to go with my initial instinct, and I'm going to go to the Toyota dealership across the street. And then they look at you and they say, what are you, crazy? That? No, that car has none of the problems that this one has. None of the problems. And that means you are a coward if you choose to drive that car. You have no character if you choose to drive that car. You got to stay right here, drive this one, sign the dotted line. Let's go. Now, of course, if we looked at this in isolation, we would say this is insane. Not a particularly good sales pitch. And yet, my friends, this is exactly what the mental health intervention zeitgeist looks like. We are looking at people who don't want to be in this world anymore. And all we're doing through social media, through our tonality, through our content, is telling them how terrible the world is, how screwed we all are, how women hate men and men hate women, and how people on the right hate people on the left and people on the left hate people on the right, and the climate is doing this and everything is going to hell. That is what we're feeding them nonstop through our amplification, through our likes, through our shares, through the algorithms, through our own personal tonality and approach to it. We are painting the picture of a hellscape and then wondering why they want to go to the Toyota dealership across the street. If we are trying to talk people into continuing their lives here, maybe it falls upon us to create a better car for them to drive, instead of constantly talking down the car that we are insisting they sign the dotted line on today. We have a role to play in this, and it goes well beyond just trying to hector them or guilt trip them, which is what we've been trying to do. We have an active role to play into creating something that they do, in fact, want to drive. It starts with each one of us. What are we amplifying? What are we liking? What are we sharing? We have a lot more power than we think, and we can start today.